Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be going over the patch notes for version 1.20. Now this is by no means as big of an update as version 119 was, but there's still some really cool features in this. There's two brand new, pretty big things that are coming with this update, and then some optimizations and bug fixes as well. So let's get a look at the patch notes here. So, the I don't read long stuff version, as they like to call it, says, long live the king, oh wait, you killed him, in the newly opened Ancient Genie King Tower, that's still in beta right now. Test your prowess, costs energy, nope, free of charge. So we'll get into this a little bit later, what all that means. It says here, more free legendary hero, Manticore. So conjure him for free. So free that we have a series of quests to help you along the way. So there's most likely going to be a new section of quests in where you have like the dragon progression quest and like the Amit and the Bahamut progression quest. There's most likely going to be a new quest in there, and you'll be able to complete missions in there, and I believe it will probably reward you with the heroes and the awakening materials that you need in order to conjure your Manticore, which is a feral Nat 5. It's a legendary hero, so it's a Nat 5, and it's the feral type. So that's pretty cool. You can upload your own avatar, because we think you are oh so special. Oh, and a llama meme too. So this is pretty cool. It gives you the option to upload your own avatar. Please just be respectful and mindful of what you upload as your avatar. You don't want to upload like a disgusting or very inappropriate image and then get your account banned. So please just keep that in mind. And then they've done some bug extermination as well. So getting into the longer version here. So new features. So they added a new tower boss called the Ancient Genie King. This is the tower that they were originally wanting to add in version 1.19, but the dev team didn't think it was ready to roll out to us yet. But we're gonna get it in version 1.20 now. And the cool thing about this is that it's in beta, so it's not going to cost any energy to progress through this tower, which is super, super cool. You can try a bunch of different team optimizations. You can fail, you can succeed as many times, and it's just not going to cost you any energy. So, it says, so to note, the tower is currently in beta. Its settings will change during future updates until it's finalized. So the version of the tower that we're going to get with version 1.20 is definitely not going to be the final version. They're going to continue to tweak it and maybe slightly buff and slightly nerf some floors as needed. So there's a new legendary hero available through Conjuring, and his name is Manticore. So if you remember in the version 119 update notes, Manticore was one of the new heroes that was listed there. We went through his abilities in that video, but he was not actually made available yet. But now he's available through the Conjuring method, and in the I don't read long stuff version, it said that he's going to be available for free through a new series of quests and challenges, which is really, really cool. So pretty much everybody will be able to get their hands on a Manticore, provided you just do the work for it. So added a new series of challenges, of challenge quests themed The Conjuring, to teach, help, and reward you as you go through The Conjuring. So this is related to Manticore. I don't know if there's going to be ones in there to help you with Lancelot as well. I've already summoned my Lancelot, so I won't have to go through those Conjuring quests. But if they do add those in there at some point in time, that's going to be pretty cool to just scoop up some extra rewards there. And then again, you can show, you can upload your own avatars to show the world how unique you are, but again, just be mindful of what you upload as your own avatar. Alright, so some optimizations that have been made. So, they have optimized the challenge quest panel to make it easier for you to navigate. They've optimized some heroes and bosses' skill animations. Number 3 here, when you fail in a battle on the settlement screen, there will be a help button to help you figure out how to get stronger and not fail again. I assume this means it's going to give you boss-specific or area-specific help, and not just generic, you know, oh, you can rank up your units and give them stronger gems type thing. They added a network connection indicator in battles, so when the battle gets stuck or seems lagging, you can see if there's a network connection indicator on the screen. So that's going to give you an indication on whether or not your network connection is strong, or if something else is going on. They optimized the visuality of the names of heroes and awakening crystals. So some of the font colors for some of the heroes were a little difficult to read, so they've just optimized those to make those a little bit easier to see. They have added a guide for mixing coffees. This is great because up until now, it basically just seemed like it was kind of random what kind of coffees you would get when you would mix together. So it's kind of nice that there's going to be an actual in-game guide for this. So once we get the version, the new update, we'll probably do a video on the coffee mixing as well. They optimized the visuality of the aura skill level on the hero selection screen before battle, so you can see what level the hero's aura is a little bit easier. Searching for a player or guild is no longer case sensitive. This is awesome. Being case sensitive was a little bit annoying. If you didn't have the right capital, your friend's name or the guild just would not show up. So this is pretty sweet that it's no longer case sensitive. They've optimized some instructions for assist quests in bounty quests, so hopefully things can be a little more clear in the future. And you can now see the aura skill level of heroes displayed in players' spaces. Previously, you couldn't see their auras. This is now going to be a thing with the new update. Alright, now there are some bug fixes listed here. We're not necessarily going to go through them all again, we can just leave them here. But what I really like about this is that they thanked some of the players that helped them find and diagnose these issues, which I think is really cool. The dev team on Rise of Heroes have been really awesome with connecting with their players. You know, we get to talk with Jen in the Discord. It's really awesome. So I think that this is super cool that they've linked the players' names that helped them find the issues. And even number 7 down here, they found, it says, found an issue where some players could not get the social media sharing rewards correctly, and they even apologize, you know, like to the specific player that like brought it up. I just think this is a really awesome move on the devs team. It just shows again how connected they are with their player base. So that is all we have for the update notes here, but what we're going to do now is there is another section to go through, and it talks about the new boss tower. So, here we go. Introducing the Ancient Genie King. So, in version 120, we are presenting you with an all-new tower boss, the Ancient Genie King, who will give you generous rewards if you can beat him. So, the introduction here, the plan for the Ancient Genie King is that you'll eventually be able to farm rare gems, specifically those not currently obtainable from Amit and Bahamut. So, these include gems like Thunder Gems and Blood Gems. This is super awesome that we can now farm those gems, and we don't have to rely on paying almost $500,000 for a gem and then just have it roll randomly. This is going to be really awesome. We want to give you time and a chance to familiarize yourself with this new tower and build your team. I completely missed number 1 there because I thought I already read it. We want to test if whether the difficulty we designed for it is balanced to a point where it's harder than Bahamut while also beatably for free-to-play players. So one of the things that we're going to do as soon as this tower comes out is we are going to try our very best to put together a free-to-play floor 7 Ancient Genie King team. We'll do our absolute best with that, and then we'll try to roll that video out to the player base as soon as possible. So basically, they want to give us time to get familiar with this new boss tower, come up with team compositions, and see how we can progress towards it. So right now, as a result, instead of the gems, you'll get a one-time diamond reward when you clear each level for the first time. This is very similar to all the other boss towers. When you clear the first level, you get a nice diamond reward. For now, you can't farm gems. Gem dropping will be available once we think the new tower is well balanced. This is really smart, because if they release the tower and it's actually super easy for like a bunch of endgame players, then we're just going to be able to rush to floor 10, get a whole bunch of awesome gems, and then when they tweak it, we're going to be so far ahead of other players that it's not fair. So this makes sense that they don't include the gem drops until the tower is officially balanced and it's out of beta. And the other nice thing is, because it's still in beta and they want us to experiment with this tower, is that it's not going to cost any energy, which is amazing. So you'll be able to progress through this new tower, and you'll still be able to get the diamond rewards for the first time you clear each floor, but it's not going to cost you any energy to do so in the process, which is amazing. So there is a little video here that highlights the Ancient Genie King. He looks really awesome. But we're gonna go and look at the boss's skills now. So I haven't looked at this part of the update notes yet, so this is all gonna be new to me as well. So you can find this guy in the same place you find all the other boss towers. So for rewards, you'll get a one-time diamond reward when you clear each level for the first time. Higher levels will reward more diamonds, and one reward for each level, one time only. So exact same way that the diamond rewards work for all the other bosses. Alright, so here are his skills. So Disintegrating Missiles. So attacks 5 times, each time selecting a random enemy. Each attack inflicts Fragile on the target for 2 rounds. Fragile is a debuff that makes whoever has it take more damage. So it seems like having a Cleanse on your team is going to be really handy here. Ultra Supernova is the next one here. Attacks all enemies and removes 1 debuff from himself. Reduces the action bar of targets without any buffs by 20%. So being able to reliably keep buffs up on your team is going to be really strong here, so that you don't get your turn bar reduced. Because if you get your turn bar reduced, you're not taking as many turns, the boss is taking more turns, and you're just going to get wiped. So maybe units like Cabot would be pretty useful there, who puts up buffs on your entire team. Or any healer that also gives an attack buff, like Princess Issa or Usul. Maximum efforts here. When his turn starts, if he has less than 3 instances of debuffs, any skills he uses this turn will be buffed. Disintegrating Missiles will attack 10 enemies, and Ultra Supernova will attack twice. So it seems like for this boss, you want to keep a lot of debuffs on him constantly. If he doesn't have, if he has less than 3 debuffs total, his attacks are going to be way stronger. So this is a passive, it looks like. So yeah, you want to be reliably landing debuffs on this guy. So, you know, lots of accuracy on your team is definitely going to be needed here. And then Genie Shield here. At the end of his turn, he gets a shield that absorbs damage equivalent to 15% of his max HP. If the shield is still present at the start of his next turn, he permanently gets plus 10% attack. So, either you want to be able to strip the shield, or buff block the shield if that's possible, or you just want to be able to do a lot of damage to remove that shield. So, units that do damage based off of enemies' max HP seems like it could be a really good option here, because then you can hit a lot harder. Not too sure how bleed is going to work with this, but we'll figure that out once this tower becomes available and we can get in and do some testing. Alright, and then Realm of Inquisition. Ancient Genie King cannot be infected with bleeding. Alright, there we go. That just completely nullifies that theory. He cannot be inflicted with bleeding, nor can its action bar be reduced. So this is essentially saying Ali sucks. Don't use Ali against this boss. His enemy's attack is greatly reduced and cannot benefit from action bar increase effects. Wow, so you can't even speed up your team. So you can give like a speed up buff to your team, but you can't. So Meg's final skill is not going to increase your team's action bar by 30%. Ooh, this is interesting. This is interesting. So the 2 main units that we've been using for a lot of boss towers, they're basically like, can't do that here. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. Alright, I'm looking forward to challenging this. This is going to be fun. So it gives you a recommended hero list here. So it recommends Frigga, Whitebone, General, Arseth, and... let's get rid of that. Dalthu. And then there's a final note here. Please remember that this new tower is in the beta stage. All settings are subject to change in future updates. Please follow our official news to keep track of future plans for it. Are you tempted to test your prowess against the Ancient Genie King? Beat him and get your rewards. So, this is what's coming in version 120. I just want to flip back to the other update page for just a quick second, because I don't remember if I saw a date on here or not. It just says, soon we will update the version to 120 of the game. New boss and new functions will come soon. Stay tuned. We will inform you of the specific update time by an in-game mail. Okay, so there's no specific update time listed here, but we'll get that very soon. So, I'm excited for this new update. It looks pretty cool. It's awesome that it seems like we'll be able to just get Manticore completely for free just by being able to play the game. So that's going to benefit the free-to-play player base quite a lot. For those of you who have not got lucky with your summons, you'll be able to work towards getting an actual Nat 5 for yourself, which seems really awesome. I think that's super cool that they're doing that. So, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Feel free to leave any comments about this update down in the comment section below, and I'll go through those all. If you have any questions, if anything seemed a little bit confusing, leave them down there, and I will do my best to get back to you. But that's going to do it for this video, so take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.